Thank you, Skellen. And welcome to what I can't remember, session 12, maybe something along those lines of Godbox. So to recap what our heroes have been doing so far, well, you've had a trek from Washington through the depths of a living land wonder called Meretica, or the land below, up into the infested regions of Chicago, where it would seem that a different sect of Adinos, slightly less life-worshipping and a bit more necrotic, shall we say, obsessed with death group of Adinos in Chicago. And all of this in pursuit of the Adinos priestess Malacrix, who has got it into her mind, it would seem, that a Mayan artifact stolen from the Smithsonian Museum will enable her to do something to Lenala, the goddess of the living land, and that this would be a suitable wedding gift for her paramour, Barakar, the Tsar of the Adinos, the tyrant lizard himself. And the most recent activities, you found yourselves travelling via dim thread tree from Chicago, seeing a vision of what Malacrix has planned or what is going to come about, a vast wedding within the ruins of Chichen Itza in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, surrounded by thousands, maybe tens of thousands of Adinos warriors. However, your arrival was, for some reason, possibly brought about to stymie your efforts by a dark entity that you do not know the identity of, but you have a hunch that it is one of the darkness devices, which are known to the Delphi Council to be tools used by the High Lords in their invasions. But your personal experiences within the void would seem to indicate that there is a malign intelligence, and that these darkness devices are not simple tools, but they are in fact sentiences in their own right, albeit dark, malefic, and destructive sentiences. And it seemed to reroute your arrival to bring you quite a distance south of the southern boundary of the Living Lands invasion within the Yucatan Peninsula. Specifically, you've encountered the denizens of a small village in the area called Bacalar. Lupe, a young girl, speaks English and explained the situation, where you can go north to Chichen Itza, but it's going to be difficult because it would seem that one of the local drug cartels had, in the collapse of the local government as a result of the invasion, had taken it upon themselves to be the new law, or lack of law, in town. So you were able to quickly find your way to the southern guarded barricade into the village of Bacalar, swiftly taking out the troops stationed there. Not without raising some alarm, but the small group that was sent down, which included one of the known lieutenants of the local drug lord, a lieutenant by the name of La Hacha, or the Axe. Him and his small group were again eliminated by yourselves, and you have now gotten into some of the vehicles that were left at the barricade and are at this moment in time heading north through the kilometre or so across town, heading for the police station, where you have been told Fresa, the drug lord, is holed up with his remaining personnel. All of this, by the way, just to give you an idea, has taken you the better part of just under a month. You had left, actually just over a month now, you had left Paris at the beginning of July, and the date is currently the 14th of August. So you're in the height of summer. Mexico's quite near the equator as well, so bear in mind it's quite hot where you are at the moment, uncomfortably so, we would say. But it's a dry heat, unlike what you've been experiencing within the living land itself. Now, I understand that somebody was asking about an axe.
Yes, they were.
Well, you could have easily picked up La Hacha's axe without any problem if you wanted to.
Okay. I'll have to find where I do.
It's essentially a fire axe, if memory serves.
Fire axe.
I'm trying to find out where you put weapons in this thing.
I don't think I've got it in there, but I can give you the details now. Yeah, it's a damage strength +2 fire axe. Now, even though it is an axe, one of the things you'll realise is that axes are perfectly fine lower tech axioms. However, a lot of the time, the tech axiom of a piece of gear is very much dependent on the construction methods of the tech that we used to put it together. That being taken into account, your melee weapon fire axe that you got off the Hatcher is not as low as the equivalent axe would have been from Isle, your own region. So whereas a battle axe is Tech 9, this is going to be Tech 21. So just bear that in mind.
Okay.
It's not unwieldy like a great axe. Doesn't do as much damage as a battle axe because it's not been designed as a weapon, which is why you're getting the +2. Lupe, the young girl, was the one who was driving. So in the few minutes, and that's all you've really got are a few minutes before you get to the police station, are you planning or discussing or do anything in the meantime?
I mean, we should. So what do we know about the police station?
Not too big, Lupe told you.
After all the henchmen we killed, do we have an idea what's the size of the opposition?
You were originally told that he had, this being Fresa, had 20 bandits at the police station.
Any fortifications? Or
we did take out a group though of reinforcements, didn't we?
You did take out some, yes.
I'm just saying, if they got like the main entrance real fortified,
well, Lupe's calling back to you as you're asking this. Well, it's quite fortified around 3 sides. The front is open, but I think that, certain Fresa's put some additional armament across the front, so it won't be as open as it was. I won't be able to take us around the back anyway. The overgrowth around the sides of the police station is too thick.
Any vantage point you could get us to?
I don't know. We can stop maybe 200 meters away, and she slams on the brakes, and that would be here. So she brings the truck to a halt. You can see it's a small town. It's not like a heavily built up area. So the houses are a little bit ramshackled. Most of them not over 1 story. A lot of them looking like they've been made by the locals. There isn't a sort of an overarching architectural theme at this point. And about 200 meters ahead of you, you can see the police station compound. Now, as she said, the area that's not the roadside of the police station is indeed quite heavily grown over. You can just make out over the top of the brush at this distance. The top may be 2 or 3 feet of a heavily fortified wall that Lupe informs you, yes, does indeed go around the east and north sides of the police station. Again, from about 200 meters out, you can see that the western side has a series of what look like recently built gates, fences, and barricades. And from here, you can see at least 4 vehicles parked out the front, and you can also make out probably about 7 or 8 armed cartel thugs standing higher on the barricade. So they've got fortified positions that they can stand up to give a longer line of sight beyond.
So the wall's only like a couple of feet tall, really?
Although there's a couple of feet showing over the top of the trees and the bushes that you've got.
Oh,
so at this distance, you reckon probably 13 or 14 feet tall.
Oh, I see.
Just over 4 meters.
Oh, so it's quite high then. We wouldn't be able to toss a dwarf over it or anything.
Well, you might be able to. Yeah, not a dwarf, a grenade maybe, but yeah, you wouldn't be able to throw a dwarf over the wall. Not without some.
If you can't go over, you can always go under.
We could go under, yeah, or we could just go through. Perhaps drive through the gates. Dead quick.
Well, perhaps we can fool them so they think we are returning patrol.
It is Core Earth, isn't it, where we are?
It is indeed.
Yeah, we can just drive through the gates.
You've travelled a bit further north, and you can see on the northern horizon, you can at this distance see the deep, dark grey, ever so often punctuated by red and blue flashes of the boundary reality storm for the southern area of the living land.
Cool. What would John McClane do?
Who's he?
He would take his shoes off.
Yeah, run around on the glass.
Down to a vest, and then run around on glass.
Yeah. And generally be indestructible. Well, I think we should just drive through the gate and leap out and kill everyone.
Yeah, let's trick him.
But that could be a dumb
Do we
move.
see any like suspicious red barrels or anything like that?
Not from your 200 meters away vantage point, and you're sort of looking at the front of the place at quite an acute angle where you are at the moment.
Could I do a check to see if I can see any weak points or anything of strategic importance that might be used?
Give it a shot. Like I said, you're at quite a distance at the minute. Right. I'll reveal the map. You should get a bit more information. Okay, so you are off to the southwest, a distance of about 200 meters at the moment. So you've managed to get a rough position for the cars out the front. You could get a run up. Problem is, you would have to get the run up from the road immediately outside, because they appear to have positioned some of the vehicles on the outside in such a way as to you've got to turn before you can get a clear run on any gate at the front. Yeah, they're tokens. Stop spinning the trucks.
I was looking at them. I wasn't the person spinning them, but they've got machine guns on the top of them.
The 6 white vehicles appear to be very similar in appearance or make as the one that you are currently riding in, which means yes, they do have the same light machine gun ordnance on a bipod mount on the back.
Fantastic.
Did we look around this vehicle for any other weapons? Is there bazookas or?
There weren't any bazookas. You would have if you'd desired to do so. Within the vehicle, the bandit who was the driver did have an AK-47, so there is an assault rifle.
That's not going to make a hole in the wall.
Very nice map, Dave John. Very good.
From the book.
There's
Get
only
no
one
credit for
problem with it. There's a tree in there. Look, it's in my way. We could
Yeah,
climb the tree.
there is a single tree on the inside of the compound.
It's leaning over the edge of the wall, so
A little bit, but the wall's 4.5 meters or 4 meters up. Don't forget.
if any of you's got grappling hooks, what party are you? Who am I with if you don't have grappling hooks?
Basically, these guys, I'll just move them a little bit further forward, just as I say, they're not actually on the outside. These are the guys that are up on the. We'll call it a parapet. It's not a parapet because it's not a medieval castle, but they have got a higher. Those 5-6 guys have got a higher vantage point than the others, and you can see they appear to be looking quite attentively. A couple of them haven't necessarily spotted the vehicle that you're in. Lupe stopped a little bit further back, but you can see that they are periodically looking in that direction, clearly expecting Lahatcha and his small retinue to return at some point.
Does anyone know why I've got in my backpack a red crystal?
Nope.
Interesting.
Well, Dura can show the X like swinging it or cheering from through
Yeah,
the
well, they
window.
would. It's quite recognisably Lahatcha's axe, by the way, that one, because it was his trademark weapon.
Yeah,
So
that's not going to work.
So
Well,
perhaps
it's
you can just show it by holding it out of the window, and they will open the doors for us because they think their boss is back.
Okay, we'll try that then.
As you're discussing this, Lupe, who is only a sort of 17-year-old girl, she says, "Well, I'm happy to help up until this point, but I'm afraid to say I don't want to drive into that compound."
Well, you can get out and one of the other people can drive. Can you drive people?
Basically, she holds up the keys to anybody else who wishes to.
I'll do it. I'll take the keys.
Like,
Sit in the driver's seat. I'm good at driving.
You say that every time before you roll a 1.
In theory, I'm not going to be good at anything if I roll a 1. Doesn't matter what. Okay. At least I can't disconnect, can I, driving a car? Cause...
The truck
not in Core Earth. The truck appeared because that's going to be the truck. It's a different POG, so that we can differentiate the truck that you're in and the trucks that they've got.
How tall is our truck?
Same as the other ones. It's a Dodge Ram truck. So maybe 8 feet to the top of the cab, just under 2 meters.
It was 6 meters to the top of the wall, wasn't it?
4 meters, 4 and a bit.
4. Anyone that's 2 meters tall?
Probably a couple of the humans are 2 meters tall.
We could probably lob you over.
Will you stop going on about lobbing?
Could we drive it onto the side and use it to get over the wall?
I believe that's what Dirac was just talking about.
Oh.
It'd give you about between 1 meter and 2 meters of extra height. But it's also going to be driving a truck through what's essentially a small wood. So it's possible. It's going to be difficult. You might get stuck depending on the driving role, but it's also going to make a significant amount of noise.
Well, it's your plan.
Mine? It's my plan. I'm driving straight through the door.
Right, that's straight through the door. Let's do his plan. Because all plans are silly at this stage because there's a big wall in my way.
Okay, and also it means if it goes wrong, everyone can blame me.
That is an advantage.
I thought you'd like that bit.
So what is your plan?
He's going to drive through the wall.
Sorry,
the fence.
Turning the truck.
No, if we drive through the wall, it's going to make us get vulnerable to all their fire. I mean, we should, I don't know, get it on the side. Maybe get through the back. At least then they won't be able to fire on us that easily. I don't know.
The truck is 4-wheel drive. It would appear to be capable of dealing with the terrain, but that would result in. I mean, you could get in from the back, but that's going to. No element of surprise will you have at that point. Doesn't mean it's not a good plan, though.
I have no strong feelings either way. Apart from if I'm driving through the wood, I'm not doing the driving. I'm happy driving through the gate, but driving through that wood, I'm not that good. I'm not an off-road driver. Probably best having someone who can actually drive do it.
I'm not as good of a driver either.
It's just Dex. If you I say that every single time, and then I go and double check. Land vehicles is Dex.
Yeah, I have the skill at least. So
Yeah, I've got 1 in the skill, so.
No, but I'm saying if can you all see the pointer I put on?
Yep, you're pointing towards the southeastern corner of the building.
Yeah, well, not necessarily that far, but like if you drive along that wall, you'll be able to get probably some cover from that, right?
You would be getting some cover. I mean, they wouldn't have line of sight to you, but they would know you were there.
Yeah, but at least they wouldn't be able to like all direct fire at.
Until your head pops over the wall and then they go boom, boom, boom. Headshots.
Abram has a point as well, getting into the idiom, to quote Lancelot from Holy Grail.
We want to go full core Earth. This truck will explode, remember? This is a core Earth reality.
Well, only on a mishap, potentially.
Yeah, but you can get good explosions in core Earth. I thought that was dramatic.
If we shoot it in the petrol tank, you mean? Yeah.
Exactly. So we do an aim shot. We put a brick on the accelerator, tie the steering wheel, charge it through the gate. No, none of us drive it. We're hiding. We're in the.
Only problem with that is, in order to do that at the right angle into the gate, you would have to do that from the other side of the road in full view of the guys who are guarding the police station.
How about then
damn it.
How about then the rest of you hide, I drive it, but I have a blocky thing and I leap out at the last minute and it goes to the gates on its own with me lapped out to safety, and then one of you lot at the back who's dead good with a sniper rifle shoots the petrol tank and it blows up. That impressive.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You got a sniper rifle?
Apart from that,
I do. It's not a sniper rifle, but I do have a
sniper perk and a gun with a relatively good range.
And an aiming thing on it, and it can shoot 200 meters away or 400 meters away.
That'd be good.
Accuracy.
And so why have you never used this gun before?
He's been using
I always use it, but we're always like 50. We're like 20 meters away, and it's like, oh.
Well, you reckon these guys are pious Catholics? We're just not gonna shoot you on sight. Is that what you're thinking?
What?
You me?
One thing to note: the side windows are tinted on these trucks. The back window isn't. The front window's got that sort of that half tint where you can look through it if you're really concentrating. So you, with a bit of subterfuge, you could fool them into thinking that you're different people to who they think you are.
Let's try.
Put the windscreen wipers on full and the jet wash on, and it will just blur their view as well, so they won't be able to see inside.
That might be a tad conspicuous.
Let's try Theo's plan. If it all goes wrong, an elf will turn up.
Yep, on a dragon. So right.
Is this my second character? Is it?
I was about to say, is that the elf replacement character?
Whoever dies first gets an elf on riding the dragon.
So you have to have the drake friend, and you don't get the dragon straight off. Yeah.
See, I think the Lord will protect me.
Of course he will. Nothing can go wrong.
Okay, so we're basically looking at a trick roll, which can be assisted, but the driver is the one making the trick roll, and you have to describe how you're assisting. It won't just be, oh, I'm using trick as well. So, for example, Durak could help the trick by, from the passenger side, hand out with the waving the axe in a, I don't know, a companionly welcoming manner. If you can wave a fire axe like that.
But
At the same time as well.
The plan was only him and the truck, wasn't it? Because
If that's the plan, then nobody can assist them.
You could come with me, Durak. It'll be fine, honestly. Yeah, you come with me.
I am not the type of person that jumps out of trucks.
You are. You'll be fine. Look at you, tough as nails.
What skill is jumping out of trucks maneuver?
We're going to do it as a maneuver, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be good at that.
I'm actually good at maneuver.
Any damage you might take is going to be mitigated by toughness, which will include full body armor in this instance.
So you're better at it than me. Yeah, come with me, Durak. It'll be fun.
Okay, I will come with you and I'll wave the axe. And if anything goes wrong, you will be wearing the axe.
So prior to combat beginning, because combat will be beginning pretty soon, there will be a trick roll from Father Theo, assisted with a trick roll with favoured, because you have got an axe that they trust, or at least fear, from Durak. If the plan is that somebody is going to shoot the fuel tank of the pickup and make it go boom, that person, whoever it is, will have to have line of sight, which will mean a stealth roll on the part of that person to get to the other side of the road with an appropriate angle to be able to shoot aforementioned petrol tank.
Yeah.
A trick is mind.
I'll be aiming as well.
All right. Okay.
What's with the in the top left corner there? Are those some antenna things?
Yep.
Favors just reroll, isn't it?
Because I've still got the Dr. Dick's still got the frequency scrambling thingies.
It's basically because it's a police station. It's up at the top of a telegraph. It's their radio antenna transmitting.
Yeah, but maybe I could create some sort of diversion by doing that. I don't know.
You could do that beforehand if you think you can assist with the trick in that respect. It's a re-roll if the first is bad. Yes, favoured. Ooh. There you go. That was better. Okay, so Father Theo, your trick attempt, as you try to drive casual, you come up well ahead of time, you put on the indicator and slow, and then do a nice 10 and 2, 10 and 2, 10 and 2 on the steering wheel as you come in very cautiously and slowly moving to the gate. All of this in an attempt to not make them think that you're an interloper waiting to do whatever. You're going to get a bonus to this from Durak. He's giving you wasn't enough to get a good success. It's still only a +1, but you get a +1 on your trick. The idea is you're trying to trick them to open the gate and let the van in. Okay,
that's fine. Well, my trick and my drive are the same, so here goes.
Oh yeah, but while he's doing that, I'll try to scramble the.
Okay, give it because they might be distracted by that. You might get another bonus from this, Theo. Hold off on your roll.
Thank you.
Roll twice there.
Nope.
Oh, sorry, no, the scramble wouldn't be a trick on this one, Badger, because you're trying to do something techie. So it would be a science roll to essentially successfully overload or do whatever's going on. So roll it again.
With science.
Okay.
You're rubbish.
You can't get the frequency. In fact, with a 2, your doodad, I can't remember what we called it in the end, as you're trying to get it, you getting angry with it, and you turn the juice up, and then there's a pop and a fizz and a smell of ozone as you realise you've burned out the battery.
Just think, Skull, because Dr. Dick's getting all the bad rolls, you're going to win this.
Well, I was just saying, I can't possibly roll worse than Dr. Dick, can I say?
Well, you could roll a 1. He's covered the bases with the 2, 3, and the 4.
Okay. Possibility on that.
You could.
But I'm not sure it would do much.
It's only going to add a +1 to the thing, so it's.
Well, if you get a 15, it'll add a +2. If you get a 20, it'll add a +3.
Not a big.
It's not
But you need
thing.
to roll quite high.
It's perhaps not worth the possibility, but
Nah,
see.
save your possibility from we're all getting our asses kicked.
So
Which will be shortly.
Yeah.
so this is trek and not drive, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just putting you guys on there at the moment for what's about to happen.
Am I going for it? Okay, here it comes.
I've been waiting 20 minutes. Oh, 13.
Yay.
Okay, you pull up. The axe is waved. You have your hat pulled down a little bit over your eyes, shielding your face. And one of the cartel thugs walks up and just ratchets the gate back. Actually, doesn't ratchet, because it's a manual. And you cautiously drive in. I say cautiously because you stop. And what was the plan at this point?
I think we can.
Shoot the tank.
Just hit it at full speed.
Yeah, the plan was
And roll out
drive
the
in.
car.
The plan was to drive in full speed, smash through the gate, jump out at the last second, and there'd be a big explosion. But someone changed it.
Well, you can still do the big explosion. I just want to know what you're doing. Yes, as Theo brings the truck to a nice, gentle, highway code respecting halt.
Yes, I'm saying it's totally went against the plan what you just described.
No, it's okay. Shoot the tank.
I think I had visions of me leaping out before it went through, but it don't matter. Actually, it's cool. In which case,
if you're leaping out before it goes through, then that's fine.
And it smashes through the gate. And
I think we want to smash the gate so the gate can't be closed, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like a bit where my pointer was, or whatever, somewhere like I was going to leap out.
As he is opening the gate, as you've not alerted them to that fact, you
gun it
and leap out.
Yeah, basically. So just jam something on the accelerator, and me and Durat leap out, and yeah.
No worries. Can you both make me maneuver rolls, please?
Okay.
Yes. Who was that? Durak, you go.
Oh, you should see the cat-like motions happening here. I jump out, roll on the ground, stand up, claws ready.
Combat rolls.
He's like an elf. Is that Durak?
He is. He's like Legolas is.
Okay, action total of 7. you both managed to jump out.
Is that going to hurt
Theo,
me?
Yeah, you hurt yourself a little bit. So, Father Theo, you take 2 shock as you jump out and stumble slightly.
That's fine.
Durak, you jump out and quickly scramble to the other side of that red vehicle. I did have a load of just tokeny bits, but I can't find one for an explosion.
Fireball.
Yeah, that's what I can't find. I can't find my ones. I thought I had a load of just tokens. Is it letter tokens? Are they in there? No. No, they're just letters in that one. Not to worry. And seeing your companions jumping clear of the vehicle, Abram?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Where'd you get those from?
Oh, hello.
It was in your first box in your tokens.
Why aren't I showing them?
Hostile takeover? No, it wasn't hostile takeover. We might go backward. Objects, the second one, sorry. Second one, objects.
Over objects. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Maybe that one, though, not the...
That's cool.
I brought a bit of sun to it. He brought a bit of fire. Together, some fire.
Okay, I'm going to try to synchronize the sound effects now. Not sure how well it's going to go, but try. So I'm just waiting for the stuff to happen.
Okay, so, Abram.
Yes.
You need to do an aimed shot. Well, you can have the bonus for aimed shot, but it's a cooled shot to the fuel tank.
What?
That's going to be a -4 that's going to be a -4 for cool shot to the fuel tank.
But I get
You're getting a +4 because of aiming.
+4 because of aiming. Do I get +2 because of my range? Because of my scope?
Yeah, why not?
It ignores 2 points of negative points rather than +2. So it's
Yeah, so you're not getting a range modifier. And the truck's toughness is 15. In order to make it go boom, in this instance, you need to do at least 1 wound.
okay.
No
So
pressure. No pressure here.
+4, -4, +2. So it's +2 overall. Is that right?
That sounds about right.
If you fail this, me and Durak again look dead stupid.
A second chance at least.
The bandit within range will take the toughness of the truck plus your bonus number in damage from the resultant explosion.
Let's give it a go. 17. What does that mean in?
Well, this is your to hit.
Yeah.
So it's not going very fast. So you're only going to have like a difficulty 10s to hit it. So that's at least 1 bonus die with your 7.
And you have to get a wound out of this.
And
what's the toughness of the truck?
toughness of the vehicle is a 15. So you've got to do at least a 20.
I will.
You did aim.
do. I will do.
So sniper kicks in.
Yep. I will do. So I'm getting 2 bonus die
Getting 2
damage
bonus
at
die
the
at the moment, yeah.
because it's a cold shot. I also get +4 to the damage.
Yep.
Is that right? Okay. So but I want to do damage to the person that's closest as well. So if I can do loads of extra damage.
Combat, or can I give him a card?
Come on,
You're
sorry.
sort of in combat, but you're about to initiate combat. So if you've got a card that you can play or swap, then go ahead.
Say the name of the card.
I've got an action card which can make it a 20 if that makes a difference.
It'll give him 2 bonus die.
3. Cool. Yep. So do I need to give you one?
Yes.
I do, don't I? I need to
You have
swap.
to swap.
Yeah, you're swapping. It's not
You
a
can have
support.
a second wind, 56.
Yeah,
I'll deal with it. Don't worry. Actually, that reminds me. You should have been. You should have traded cards down because you've got fatter cards, Abram. But we won't worry about it just now. We should have.
Probably going to have a few of them. Right, so I get 3 bonus die of damage.
Roll a d6, guys.
D6.
Yep.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, but your flurry is the one that got discarded randomly.
Oh, I don't get to choose.
Nope. You
Should have done before.
You should have done it.
You can tell us. Oh,
honestly, the others are pretty much as good. You got a hero, a drama, 2 coup de grace, and a second chance. So,
right. I will. So 3 damage dice.
Yeah, sniper and 2 from your outstanding success. Reroll 1 for your signature weapon. That's a 13.
13. So that's 28 damage.
Which is 13 more than their toughness. So the vehicle goes huge, hoary death explosion. 2 wounds. Doesn't destroy the truck because the truck needs to take 3, but it does make it go boom. So I'm going to remove the truck.
I can do a coup de grace and do even more.
It sounds now if you can hear. So,
is it worth it or is it not?
Hang on, sound effects.
We've got the truck stopping.
That wasn't loud enough. And damn it.
Sort of explosion.
Yeah, it's like a
bullet. No, that was
gunshot.
That was the gun. No.
Oh, a gunshot, right? Okay. It's better than the explosion. Excellent.
And that was for hitting the car.
Your bonus number adding on to the truck's damage, it gives a 28. Suffice to say, Banditos 2, 11, and 18 do not have in excess of 25 toughness. And they are all mooks. They've only got the 1 wound each. So, as I said, numbers 2, 11, 2 goes. And number 11 and number 18. And in classic sort of A-team style, they don't just get blown up, they get blasted meters away from the explosion. Bandito 18 narrowly misses Durak as it flies past you. If I can find 18.
Well done,
I can
Abram.
see 18.
Got him. And we will leave the explosion down there to indicate the fact that the gate's not there anymore.
Woohoo!
There is, in fact, a burning wreck of a Dodge Ram truck there.
Right,
So
let's combat. Let's go in and kill
going to
everyone.
combat rounds.
Anyone got
Well done,
cars
team.
to put in their thing because they've got that thing?
Yep. So anybody that has the opportunity within the current scene to play cards before combat, please do so. There are 5 of you. There are 18 of them, 16 of them, 15 of them. So I'm going to give you the law of the underdog. Everyone remember what that one does?
No.
Why'd you
Oh.
cheer?
That was so
Sounds
last
good.
week.
So you can start with a card in your action pool.
Second
And
chance.
Standard scene. They're on the run.
Are they on the run? Oh, wow, that was quick.
Well, make good use of your starting benefits because
Rob.
you are up this
We're up.
round. Proves action is intimidate. And you go first.
Hey, can I go first,
Do
guys?
it. Yep, you're there.
My movement is 8.
So triple that if you want to run.
I'll have to run because I can't get anywhere. So I'm going to run up to this group here.
You're running through the hoary death explosion, yeah?
Of course, I'm fully encased in awesome
Yeah, you're
armor.
probably fine. You're probably fine. Just what would happen if 15 damage came your way from fire?
15. I'm what? I'm 15 toughness.
So take a shock.
This is all your fault back there, mister. Right, I'm going to just kill this guy in front of me.
Is that me?
One shot, you're fine.
20 or 10?
The phone in front of me is at 20.
Directly ahead of you, number 20.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because you made me have to look at the numbers. Right? I'm trying to find my dice roll. Where is it? There's on camera. Oh, Benny. Not Benny. Possibility.
Well, just to let you know, he's unarmed combat. Okay, you would have to. His unarmed combat is only a 9, I was about to say, but you did still miss.
My skill is 13. Okay, what's my roll? 5?
At the moment, your die roll was a 5, yes.
I need to turn the light on. I can't see the keyboard. Wait a minute. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit explodey. Well, that's enough to get more than 10, so you're doing 2 bonus die of damage. Not that I think you're going to need it, but go ahead.
I want to do it. I want to rip him into shreds. Yeah. That's 22 damage, AP2.
Well, they don't have any armor on, so 22 versus their toughness of 8, that's 14 result points. So you basically run up, stab or slash, whatever you're doing with your claws, and he goes down clutching his steadily reddening patch on his stomach.
Hey, that's me done.
Go ahead and play a card from your hand into your pool. By the way, you should have rolled us up on that, so have your possibility back.
Oh, okay. Right.
So the second roll would have been your up roll, not your possibility.
I did. Okay.
So who's next?
I suppose I better shoot something and I stay in the way.
Well, where are the rest of us anyway?
You guys, I'm going to just assume that you guys are with Abram on the other side of the road. So you're approximately 12 meters off the left-hand side of the map. Benefit is when you come onto the map, subtract 12 from your movement, but you can come onto the map at any point along the left-hand edge.
Go for you.
You pick yourself up off the floor.
Can I see any banditos? Is this a fence here or a solid wall?
You can see it, but it's not a solid fence. It's like chain link, but sort of like relatively heavy. The blue bits are where they've essentially like pulled back a little bit and have put some ladders, and it goes up to sort of a slightly covered top level. So bandit number 10, you've got 100% line of sight for him. Bandit 19, bandit 15, bandit 5, they've all got a little bit of cover from where they're stood in their guard post.
So, sorry, which was the one without cover? 19?
10, sorry, 10. The one to the northeast of Durac.
Oh, okay, right, I'll blast him then. And then I'm going to shoot him, and I'm going to move around the back. Oh, no, I won't shoot him because I might shoot Durac.
No, he's not engaged with Durac yet, you're all right there.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll shoot do, and then I'm going to move around the car a bit for cover. So, oh, actually, I can move my dex, can't I? I can move 7.
I'm sure you could move.
I know
How much does it cost to get up though? Is it like half your movement or something?
No, it'll be a couple of meters.
Okay.
So just drop off a couple of meters for standing up from prone.
Oh, in that case.
You've got 5 squares then to move.
Oh.
Just be careful, don't go through the
you can go through the explosion, but you will take damage from the fire. But remember, you've got your funky armor as well, so I think your toughness is relatively high at the moment.
Oh, yes, it's 11.
You take 4 result points. You take 2 shock.
Oh, okay, that's all right. I'll do that then.
You could make it easily to the square immediately southeast of Durac.
Yeah, okay, do that then.
And you've got the burning bit behind you.
Oops, and then I'll shoot. Bandito 10. Say hello to my little
that
friend.
was just a move, so you haven't got any minuses, so just go ahead.
Oh, actually, I could shoot Bandito 1 now, could I? Or has he got cover?
No, you could do Bandito 1. He's leaning. Well, he was leaning up against the wall with his gun by his side, but obviously the explosion has got them all a bit shook up at the moment. So he's getting his gun ready. But yeah, you could shoot him.
Yeah, I'll shoot him.
Okay, you're still at the equivalent of point blank. Remember, you're up this round, so you should have used the up. But go ahead and roll the dice again. We'll do it manually. So.
Roll the 5.
You could use the possibility. So yeah, because you had extra dice. So. Basically, put this in as a possibility roll and just roll it again. So die total 14, whatever your 5 combat skill is. Yep, that's what it looks right. Go ahead. Okay, we just have to slightly retro that because that won't count as a minimum of a 10. I don't think it's going to make a big difference. 24, so you're on a 17 at the moment. Plus 2 for the range because you're a shotgun at close range. So you're getting a 19 versus his dodge of 9. That's 2 bonus die of damage.
Blam, 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 bang.
I hope you're making the noises yourself when you're doing it as well.
Well, it wasn't. You didn't do it. It was a single shot. You didn't do a rapid fire, but that's a.
Okay.
And yeah, he stood up against the wall. Then there are bits of him against the wall that are a lot closer than other bits of him were against the wall. And then he decides to be a lot closer to the floor than he was previously. Please place a card from your hand into your pool.
So
Who's
much
following
fun.
Father Theo?
That shotgun rocks.
Can we see the ones on top of the fence, did you say?
Yeah, you're just they've got partial cover. So
I'll
that's going to be a bonus to their defense against you, basically.
I'll go against 19. Please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It
So,
adds to their toughness.
sorry, minus. It's what? Sorry.
It's going to add cover adds to their toughness, apparently.
Oh, so I don't put a minus in.
No.
Can I shoot at 2 or?
You
for,
can do. You've got 6 shots in your gun.
It's multi.
I'll go for. Can I go for the 2 either side of like the central gate?
15
Yeah,
and
15,
19. Yeah.
So is that -2 to my
That
roll?
would be.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
You're at about 25
'Cause
meters. Don't think that gives you a problem with your gun, but just bear that in mind.
No. Mine, and we're up, aren't we? So just
Yeah. You
I
use
put
the
the
up.
skill into that. Is that
Put
right?
the skill into the up option on your character sheet, yeah, and then roll that.
Right. I think that's right. Let's give it a go. Ooh, 20. 23. That's got to be enough.
Out of a 40.
Say?
That's a dice total. That's a dice roll of a 40.
It is. Has anyone got a glory card?
Has to be in your pool, not in your hand.
It's fine. I'm not bothering. 2 damage dice thingies, whatever it's called.
At least, yes. 2 bonus dice.
That's the fella.
Re-roll the
bonus
one.
dice. Oh, that's better.
So that's a 10.
10. So 24.
19 and 15 get blasted off of their particular parapets.
9 bullets gone. Okay.
Ryoko and Dr. Dick, your goes.
I'm just charging forward towards the compound.
Remember, you can move your dex ×3 and still take an action. So, what is your dex ×3?
That's 27.
So you could move 15 in from the left-hand edge, from whatever point on the left-hand edge you want. Right? So I need to put you on the map, don't I? That would help.
So the gate is closed, but where the explosion, where there's a huge gap, right?
There is a gap, but you'll just expose yourself to the flaming car as you go past. But that's just a single application of damage 15 versus your armor.
Okay, so that would be 2 shock, right?
What's your armor?
13.
Toughness. What's your toughness?
Toughness is 13. 14.
2 shock.
Okay.
You can get to there with a 15.
Sure. And I take 2 shock.
Show us your awesome skills.
Weapon ready. Oh well, you said I can still have
Yeah,
an action.
it's an action at -2.
Okay, so I will do. I will get out my SMG. Oh well, now there's 20 to 10 right in front of me.
Yep, it is right in front of you.
Then there will be a little bit of slice and dice.
That's enough to get past their unarmed combat. Not enough to do a bonus die of damage.
1 bonus die.
But I'm pretty certain that your base damage is higher than 13, isn't it?
Reroll.
No, you don't get a bonus die with the 12. Unless you're
okay.
spending to get a bonus die, because you can.
Unless I what? Sorry?
Unless you're spending, because you've got an option, haven't you, to spend shock and roll a bonus die?
No, I can use 1 shock for 2 extra damage.
Okay, well, let's see what you're doing. So base damage is?
13.
So 13
2
is 8. So 5 is enough to do 1 wound. So you charge in, dive through the fire, come out of the fire, sword raised, sort of like the blade tinking from the heat, and just in one smooth motion without stopping, you actually bring your sword down. Your sword passes through where the guy was stood. Then you stop your run, and he just falls apart in 2 pieces. And Bandito number 10 goes down. Dr. Dick.
Right.
very well.
Because you also should have rolled an additional die on that, Alexander, because you were up. You guys need to remember the command of the line.
Oh.
But you killed him anyway, so you can't kill him more.
Or you can in Core Earth.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have needed shock probably.
No.
for the
Well, you
caster.
didn't anyway, but you just would have done a lot more than 13.
Mm.
Hey,
Dr. Dick, whatever you're doing this round, don't forget you're up. Everyone
yeah,
else.
I'm wondering because, like, I'm thinking if it will be possible, maybe to, sabotage one of the cars to make them explode.
You could do. You'd have to get there though. They're not Pan Pacifica or above cars where they've got like onboard motive systems that can be manipulated from range. But yeah, you could get there 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
I could tinker with the engine, so I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out something I could do to trick some of them because I'm going to probably do some tricking. I'm going to use a flurry. And do some multi-target trickery, but I'm not sure exactly what I would do for the trick. So I've been trying to figure that out, and just the thing I have was just, unless I have extra batteries, I suppose. I wouldn't really know. I'm not sure what to do. Trick ideas.
Anyone give him any trick ideas?
I have no idea what his character's like, though. I don't know what he's got to do a trick that far away. Do you have like what do you call them, pointer things, like I'm calling a missile strike or something?
Yeah, I mean, just yelling something out loud that might make them think reinforcements are coming. You've got a downtrodden local population, so you could probably come up with some basic Spanish that said the people are coming, or there's an uprising, you're all going down now.
Yeah. I'll say
Hey, you've got no chance. Just not yelling.
I'll brand something incoherent in that. Something like that. I'm going to start by targeting, I guess, the numbers 17 and 13. Do
So the two closest, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm up, and that will put me at.
Their defensive trick is a 6.
So is that enough for player's call?
Yeah, probably.
Right. I don't know. They could just give up, either run away with their guns or stay where they are without their guns. I guess.
Oh, you can disarm them. That's not a problem. Do you want to make them vulnerable or stymied? Or very vulnerable or very stymied?
Very stymied.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do same thing, I guess, with just more of them. I'm going to also move up to. Well, I'm not on the map now, so I can't really.
Where do you want to be?
There-ish. So
Yep, no problem.
That.
And you could have done that because you're playing a flurry, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, discard the card.
So now I'm probably just going to, more of that yelling at number 5 and number 8.
Number 5, right, okay.
Oh,
that was a shit roll. But still enough to get a good success because the defenses are 8s. Oh, but you've got to take a 2 off of that. Did we take the 2 off of that for the multi-action?
Oh, I forgot.
So it's still a success, it's just a standard success with a 9. Do you want to make them vulnerable or stymied? They haven't dropped their guns though. Stymied. And that was 5 and 8, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget to play a card from your hand into your pool. Has everybody done that? Has everyone put cards from their hand into their pool this round?
I've forgotten actually.
Okay, please do so for reasons that will now become apparent. As the tannoy system buzzes on, and a very threatening voice starts calling out to you in Spanish that you probably don't understand. Dr. Dick might do. Give me a second and I'll tell you what he says. He comes out and goes, "Te atreve a atacar a fresa y nuestra casa en hoteles pasados." And he does, because he has the gloater perk, he does an intimidate on all of you with no multi-action penalties.
Does intimidate work if you don't understand what he's saying?
Yes, because he was very, very, very threatening in the sound of what he was saying.
Do we get a bonus because he's called the strawberry?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Because if you actually see his face, you'll find out why he's called the strawberry. He's basically taken it upon himself. He's got a really quite lurid red scar in the shape of a strawberry on one side of his face, and he's just owned it. It doesn't look ridiculous. It looks scary and intimidating. It gives him quite a horrible outlook. So he is going to roll his intimidation skill.
Damn it! This is where we all mess up now. Oh man!
And he's going to spend one of his own possibilities, because he is possibility rated.
If you're doing multi-targets, though, there's minuses.
Not if you've got the gloater perk.
So
When taunt or intimidate are approved actions, the villain may affect the entire party without a multi-target penalty.
we need a card to destroy that card.
Unfortunately, it's a villain, and I've had no less than 2 villains with this at earlier points in this campaign, and I've forgotten to do it each and every time. Okay, he didn't get a particularly good roll with his possibility, but I'm going to give him some possibilities, and he just spent one. Okay, so with that action total of a 21, we will go down the line. Father Theo, what is your defensive intimidation? If you do not have intimidate, it is defended with intimidate or spirit. So you're probably one of the hardest people to affect here.
I have intimidation skill, so...
What is your total intimidation skill?
12.
12. So he gets a good success on you. He is going to make you very vulnerable. You weren't expecting this dominant statement to come across, so you are very vulnerable. Ryoko. There's something else, but I'll do that after I've done everyone. What's your intimidate? So if you haven't got it, what's your spirit?
My spirit is 8.
Right. You are very vulnerable as a result of that. But in addition, because he got an outstanding success on you, you are also disfavored on your next action, which means if you would otherwise get a reroll, your first reroll is negated. Okay? That's what disfavored. Right. Dr. Dick.
Hey.
Ditto, the same as Ryoko.
Crap, I've heard what these people do. It involves, just look, teeth, testicles, electrodes.
What he actually said, because you understood, you dare to attack Frissa, you will go home in coffins, you bastards. But it was delivered with more aggression than I just did. Abram.
8.
Right, you're not on the map, but you've got exactly the same. So, Yoink.
You know, I should have disabled. Well,
Well, it would have been harder for him to intimidate you en masse if you'd successfully disabled that.
Yeah.
So, Durax a 10. You're also very vulnerable and disfavored. Now, this is the bit where I get to giggle. Theo, please roll me a d6. Please discard the transfer card out of your pool.
No.
Oh, you git.
Ryoko, please roll me a d6. Please discard the second wind card from your pool.
No.
Dr. Dick,
Horrible.
you lose your willpower card. And also remember to lose it out of your hand as well, because you moved it from your pool, but you didn't discard it from your hand. Abram, d6.
I don't want him. Please be high. No.
You lose your second chance card.
Right.
Durax,
My safety net.
you lose your coup de grace card.
I
Because-
kept my second chance.
Floater, affected heroes lose a random card from their pool. Now, I will tell you now, Gloater is not a common perk in Core Earth, but it's hella common in the Nile Empire.
Is
Because villains
this
do that a lot in the Nile Empire.
Does this mean if another car comes up
If
saying
you wanted to
intimidate,
go
you
to
can do
now
it again?
after this.
Yeah. Intimidate or taunt.
But is there a feat to make yourself immune to?
It's called having a
Yeah.
higher defensive skill.
No, just
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah,
There's
there's nothing that can be as high as that dice roll. So
Yeah,
He
but
just
you'd
rolled
reduce.
really well.
He did roll really well. And that was his go. I need to find the right one. So that was him. Number 3. Yoink. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So Bandito number 3 and 17. 17 stymied. No, he can't gang up. Well, yeah, it gives him a +1. So Bandito number 3 is going to shoot at Ryoko. Ryoko, what is your dodge?
My dodge
Yes, please.
is 9 dexterity and 4 13.
Okay, he's getting a +1 bonus from the gang up on this one. Oh,
gang up and ranged.
2 people.
Oh.
Yeah, they just.
He doesn't have a weapon though. Number 17, didn't they lose their weapons?
Oh, they did. So it's going to have to be. Let's do Bandito number 8 comes around the corner and he does it instead. Well pointed out. So remind me, 8's done something and 3's done something as well. So your dodge was 13, you said, yeah?
Yes.
So that's 1 bonus die.
You're
With a very
rolling
good
too well.
I am at the moment. So that's 18 damage on your armor. I should have done a long burst, but I didn't. So he came out, reviewed the situation, and they both took single shots with their AKs.
Okay. John, when you look at my character sheet, it says toughness 13 and in brackets a 4.
Yeah, the 4 is your armor. So that's
Okay.
4 of the 13 are armor. It's important if they've got armor piercing attacks, these guys don't. Because it'll only negate a maximum of up to 4 points of armor. So the AK was doing 14, add 4, 18, which means 18 versus 13 is 5. So that is a 1 wound and 2 shock.
All right.
Remember, you can choose to soak.
Soak works like.
You roll a reality skill check. You're in Core Earth, so a roll of 10 or higher will start to reduce the amount of damage you just took.
Okay.
In fact, a successful roll of 10 will reduce it by 1 wound and negates all the shocks that you would have taken.
Okay, I will try this. Is there any downside?
It just costs you a possibility.
Okay. Let's do this.
So the only downside is rolling low and not soaking. Like that.
Like this.
Sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. That's 1 wound and 2 shock. Or you could spend a possibility on the roll if you wanted to, but it would reduce your possibilities even further.
No, I will. Oh well, fuck it.
When John talks over these rolls, this bad things happen.
There you go. You don't take the wound or the shock.
All right.
Okay, so 17 and 13 were players called out, so they've actually essentially surrendered. So I'll take them off the board so that they're not going to get
In our way.
Indeed, they're not going to get in your way. So now we have number 5, number 14, and number 7. I've got a few on here I can't find on the map, but I'll sort those out in a minute.
Probably invisible inside the house.
There's only one left invisible. I'll move him as well. So that guy there. So I'll do him first. So he comes running out as well to the door. These guys have only got dexes of 8s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. Right. So the 2 up on the parapet are going to shoot at the only person they can actually see from their vantage point, because they're actually blocked from the trio that are inside. So that's Dr. Dick. So 14 and 5. Are they? 5 is currently stymied. 14 is unaffected. So 14 is going to be the one doing the roll with a +1. Sorry?
Do I not count as taking cover behind that car?
You can, and the cover will give you a bonus to your toughness. Yeah, you know I can see all the whispers, yeah? But they missed. And
Stop whispering, it's rude.
Somebody whispers to somebody else.
Rude to whisper.
But the GM can see all the whispers.
Mm-hmm.
I think... Was that all of them? There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 banditos left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, for some reason I've got 10 left over here. Where are the 10 I can't see? Why are they not on the board? Hang on, I'm going to have to go through now and work out which one's which.
All I did was do a whisper to few saying, clear that doorway or we're going, and then big capital letter says, GM, stop reading my plans.
Yeah.
There's one.
So that's number 9, because he should be there. I've not placed them all for some reason. That's number 8. That's number 7, who is there, yeah. Can anyone see number 6 highlighted? Right, hang on.
Nope, no, there's no 6.
Okay, there is now. Number 5 is definitely there. Number 4 appears not to be there. How are they not on the bloody board? He is now. Number 3 is definitely there because he just came in from the inside. Can anyone see number 16?
Yeah, he's by the door.
The door, 16.
Number 14.
Yep, with the north, the top.
And number 12.
Yep.
No, there's no number 12.
I don't see it 12. I think he died.
No, he didn't. These guys didn't die. I'll put him up further up there. Okay, but they're not doing anything this round to account for the fact that that didn't work. New round. They strike. Villains go first, heroes go second, and heroes are fatigued. Maneuver is the approved action.
Not taunt or intimidate.
Not taunt or intimidate.
Good.
I like that maneuver thing a couple of rolls ago.
So the villains are going. I was about to say who's going first on your side, but it's not. The villains are going first. So number 7 is going to take a bit of cover there. Number 3 is going to move a little bit over as well. These 2 are going to combine with number 6 moving forward, and the 3 of them are going to fire at Durak. That means they're going to be a TORG 11. Durak, you are currently very vulnerable. What is your dodge -4?
9.
Your dodge is 13.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, well that's enough to get a bonus die. They're going to spend one of the group possibilities to get a roll again on that. 11, 16.
He just wants to kill us off. That's what's happening here.
Okay, so that's enough to get 2 bonus die of damage. As automatic weapon fire rips its way towards you. Okay, you didn't declare defense, so it's just your armor against a 18. I reckon that's probably 2 shock, yeah?
Yep, 15 armor.
Yep, 2 shock.
Don't have any penetration, so I'm okay.
Yeah. Banditos 5 and 14 are going to continue firing at the cowering Dr. Dick behind the car. This time, however, they remember to take the safeties off and they are firing long burst. So they are getting a +4 on their rolls. And also, Bandito number 5 is no longer stymied because he's had a go, so that's worn off. So there's 2 of them making it a 10. The long burst gives them a bonus of +4 on the rapid fire. Yep, but the malfunction range is going to be higher than it would otherwise be. Didn't need it. So what's your dodge, Dr. Dick? -4 because you're currently very vulnerable.
Dodge and
So the first where it said we're under combat.
So -4 because you're very vulnerable.
yes, I'm 7.
Okay, so it's 2 bonus die of damage. So that's a 23. However, before we do this, we need to check on your cover because cover adds to your toughness. I need to find the bloody section on cover now. Not environmental hazards, not chases, it's not collisions, it's not stunts.
It's car explosions.
Nah, you're right, and they're not going to blow up the car unless they do significantly more damage than it has, which at the moment I don't think you're at a risk of. So basically, yeah, you're getting a car door. Would you like to know? Actually, no, you're behind the whole vehicle. A car door would be a +4 to cover. You are behind a vehicle, so you're getting a +6 to your toughness. Isn't that nice? So what's your toughness, including the car?
Well, that would be 14.
14,
20, 9. Still a wound and 2 shock, but you are 1 away from taking 2 wounds and 4 shock.
14 with +6. That's very low.
He's a 60-year-old man. He's got a really low strength.
Yeah, I'm going to soak that.
Okay, go ahead and make the roll. You just need at least a 10. Okay, you manage to, again, subconsciously or consciously, you're manipulating reality around you, and you just step into the reality where the car took all of the damage. So we have 12, 4, and 9, 8, and 16 still to go. 16 and 8 are going to advance and keep firing at Ryoko. Again, they're going to do long burst this time, so they're going off of a 14 rather than a 10 this time. So 17 versus your dodge, Ryoko.
Dodge is -4, you said, right?
Yep, because you're still very vulnerable.
Yeah, that's a 9.
So that's only 1 bonus die. So apply your armor to an 18, please. How many result points is that? Is it less?
So toughness is 13.
Yep. So you take 4.
Shock.
No, it's 5, isn't it? What did I just do down?
Right.
Well, it's a wound. So
So
it's
18.
1 wound and 2 shock.
All right.
Again, you can choose to soak if you
No,
wish. Okay.
don't tempt me.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. So, Bandito number 9 jumps up onto the back of the truck and brings the machine gun to bear on the group of the 3 of you. I just need to do some working out. Give me a second.
Well, I'm doing some working out right now. I'm working out how I'm going to get behind Theo and use him as a shield.
Is there
I feel everyone's already using you as a shield.
I have a shield. I'm
Yep, they're just using you.
getting more shields.
You have to declare you're actively defending to use Theo as a shield.
Yeah, it's only going to add +1, and it's crap basically.
But as I said, isn't there a wall in the way?
It's a wire mesh, isn't it? I think it's not a wall.
Yeah, it's a wire mesh, so he's able to fire through. I was just checking if there was any issue about him firing through his mates, but there's no problem in that regard.
Cut them all down.
So he's basically doing a fully auto burst on all 3 of you, basically. It's his heavy
Roll
weapon.
up. This is where we need a 1.
Yeah, you might do. He doesn't have anything on that, so it's just his dex.
First automatic fail when you want one.
Well, he might do. You never know. So he is doing a rapid fire heavy burst, giving him a +6, but it does give him a range and -4 for firing at the 3 of you as a group, puts him at an 11. It's a 10. I've got some points to spend, but I'm not going to. So I just need to apply a 10 versus each of your dodges. So to begin with, remembering you're very vulnerable, I need the leftmost individual's dodge, which will be Durat.
Thanks.
So that's still a hit. He doesn't do any bonus damage, but he is firing the aforementioned light machine gun, which I've lost the stats for. Dodge ram, LMG. Damage 15. No AP, Durak.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
Can you defend with maneuver?
No. Oh, well, when you're doing an active defense, whatever bonus number you roll adds to whichever defense you end up using. So if somebody does attempt to use maneuver against you, you can choose to actively defend, and you add the bonus number to your maneuver.
Okay, so maneuver's not a defense.
But
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Defense versus maneuver, basically. So damage 15. As I believe there's a series of staccato ting 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 tings off of your armor, and you take 2 shock. But it does all add up. Father Theo, what is your dodge -4 for being very vulnerable?
5.
Oh dear.
So you're going to take a bonus die of damage. So I get to roll a d6 and add it to the 15.
This might smart a bit.
You think you're going to be smart after this?
It's getting sting, isn't it? Oh dear.
20.
He knows that again, doesn't he?
25. What's your toughness?
It's loads.
15, wasn't it? Something like that?
It's 11.
It's an 11. Okay, 14 result points. So at the moment, Again, you're 1 shy of taking shed loads, 2 wounds and 4 shock. You have the option to soak.
Oh, yes, please.
Roll a reality skill check.
See,
To get rid of everything, you need a 15.
I've been humping this up a bit
You have indeed.
just for this moment.
Okay. There's a split second while, through all of your mind's eyes, there's a scene as bullets rip through Theo's torso. But you shake your head for a brief second as you watch as the bullets hit his holographic armor, and there's no noise. The bullets hit, and just a wave of white impact force is dissipated across his torso.
The Lord protect.
Ryoko, your dodge -4, please.
Still 9.
Still 9. So no bonus dice for you. So that's a 15 versus your armor. Probably 2 shock again, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
If it's between 1 and
13.
4, it's 2 shock. Yeah, so 2 shock. And the last 2, that guy heads into the house and disappears because he's out of line of sight. And number 12 clambers up onto the other one, but can't. Actually, no, he isn't. He clambers in. That wouldn't help. He clambers into the truck and starts it up. I'm going to leave number 12 up to the top there because he's in that truck. Your goes.
What does fatigued mean first?
Or it takes 2 shock. If you are wearing armor, you take more shock. If the armor's fatiguing,
Don't do that anymore. I only take 2
you've
shots.
wiped yours out, haven't you?
If you've got armor that says fatigued, you take 2 shock.
No,
If
you
the
take
armor
more.
has the fatigue, everyone takes 2 shock anyway from the fatigue result. Okay.
Everyone takes 2.
If
Right?
you've got armor that is listed as fatigues, you get additional shock. I think Durac's armor was very fatiguing, so he would have normally taken 2 additional shock, but he's bought that off. So
I put off one of it and then got a rune to get out the other one.
to get rid of the other one. So for example, I have to check the perks on this one. The Monster Hide Duster. Where are you?
Just trying to myself.
Is fatiguing, so you take an additional shock on top of the 2. Dr. Sanders, what armor are you wearing?
I think it's this.
Is it a ballistic vest or a stab vest? I think
Yeah, so I remember it's the one that isn't fatiguing. Anyway.
it says stab vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got stab vest on there, so you're all right. And Ryoko, I don't think the Ion Gosoku is fatiguing. No, it doesn't. It's in the errata. It limits its wearer's dexterity to 10. Its tech axiom 24 provides +4 full body armor and causes fatigue. So you take an additional point of fatigue. And Father Theo,
I'm on 0 shock.
that's all right. You're not unconscious yet, but you will be if you go negative. You've taken that many shock this combat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no worries. Just double checking Father Theo's armor. I'm pretty sure that the
Don't
The
die,
holo-
Mr. Theo. You're the guy that's going to get our shock back.
well, you might have to in a minute. Actually, let's double check. That's the first time anyone's got down to 0, so let's actually double check the info in a second to make sure we're doing it right.
I think when you get shock 0, you're knocked out.
You might be, but it's not taken out. It's just unconscious.
Yeah,
So
It's knocked out, it's called, though, isn't it?
yeah, Champion of God. You get the Breastplate of Righteousness. The breastplate is a holographic suit of plate armor that can be manifest or deactivated as a simple action as max dex 11 provides +4 armor. and it functions only for you. So it is not fatiguing. Your armor is not fatiguing. And we'll just very quickly check for damage. Now, if you suffer shock beyond your maximum, you're knocked out. So at 0, you're okay. So the very next point of shock will take you down. Who's going first?
It's a me.
It's a me. Ryoko.
We better.
Ryoko is running over here, taking cover, then getting her SMG out and shoots at Bandito 16 with a short burst.
Sure, it's no problem. You're firing down. Sort of like he's got a restricted profile, but it's not enough to give him cover or any benefits like that. Short burst's going to give you an additional +2.
So that's 3 bullets spent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. The modifier I just put beneath the chat box, right?
You can do, or you can just add it to your skill, or we can add it afterwards, but it's up to you. Either way will work.
Just the skill, okay. Fire combat 1, 2, 3.
Dodges of 9s, so that is at least enough to give you 1 bonus die of damage.
Good bonus die.
Oh, nice roll on a single die.
You can spend shock to do extra damage.
So you, out of breath, leaning with your back against the wall, just getting your breath back, you uncheck the safety, and you just literally turn and just strafe up the wall, and Bandito 16 goes down in a cry of pain. Don't forget to play a card from your hand into your pool. Who's next?
I guess I'll go because all I'll do is run and run and run because I'm still very stymied, right?
Good point. You would be very vulnerable, but thank you for reminding me because I will take very vulnerable off of Ryoko. You won't be very vulnerable at the end of your go. That's when it fades.
Right. Well,
there's a solid wall that's 4 meters tall to the south of the compound. If you run there, you are going to take 15 damages worth of running through fire.
Well, I thought that died out.
How many rounds has it been? It was going to be 4 rounds. Okay, it's going to be less. It's going to be 10 result points of damage through fire. So your toughness.
But I've got the shield.
You've still got the shield?
I'm going to use the turtle shield.
Yep, that's fine. Well done. Well remembered. Call back. So yeah, you quickly realise you've got the shield in your bag. You pull it out, hold it in front of you, and just charge through the fire. You're absolutely fine because it's going to give you like +15 bonus versus flames.
Right. So I've moved quite a bit now. I'll probably be in. That's a penalties, but.
Well, you'll be at a -2 after running.
Right. How hard would it be to what is it? Hot wire the car?
Oh. Given Dr. Dick's background, you've got decent. It'll be a science roll. I'll give you a 12.
Okay, I'm gonna try that just to get it ready to move next. Well, wait. Will the flames they disappear next round? No.
Well, the problem is going to be more the fact that there's the wreck of a vehicle at least the size of the vehicle you're driving in the gap.
Right, but I just need to get far enough forward to be able to shoot from the.
Oh yeah, you could move it forward. So if you hotwire it this round, next round you can shift it forward, and that will be as if you'd run. So it will be a -2 to next penalty. It's next round if you're doing that and trying to fire the gun. So just give us a science check, DN 12, with a -2 on your science check because of the movement. You get there, and you spend almost the entirety of the time you would have spent hot wiring it, trying to get the damn door open. It's locked.
Damn. Okay.
Who's next? Don't forget your player card from your hand, you pull.
Oh yeah. Well. Okay. But if I okay, because I'm gonna move. Wait. I have the romance card.
Yes, you do.
Can I discard that in combat?
Are you playing it as a romance card, or are you trading it in for something else?
I'm trading it for something else.
You have to have it in your pool in order to do so. But yes.
Well, can I move it into my pool and discard it?
Not this round, because you can't use the card in the same round you put it across. So you can move it into your
Okay.
pool.
I'm going to spend a possibility on what I try to do.
Okay.
So I'm getting that back.
Skill in the first one, dice in the second. That's better. Yep. So you're in, and the truck is going. You're in on the right side for an American vehicle. Well done. Who's following Dr. Dick?
He's on the left side, not the right side.
But it's the
Correct
correct side.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
for anyone who's not from like a very few select places in the world, that is the most common.
The best places in the world. Anyway.
If I
said American. For a Central American, let's get it right. For a car in Mexico. I'm assuming Mexico drive on the right-hand side of the road.
Maybe someday we'll see Abraham in this map. Maybe.
Nah, I'm all right where I am. Thanks.
You're moving next round. You don't move this round.
Okay.
If there's a car moving. If I could I blow that car up? Doing the
Which
same
car?
sort of thing, trying to hit.
Not the one I'm in.
Is it circled?
Yeah, the one that's just up. Yeah, you can do that.
Dick just charged into.
Do you mean the one down by Bandito 5? Yeah, you could try the same thing.
Well, what would that get the two next to him?
Same size explosion. Yep, definitely get the two next.
So they're all chain fences. What was that noise?
I don't know.
Getting annoyed at not being able to move the token I wanted to move, and it moved the token underneath the token I wanted to move. That would get 5 and 6.
What about the not drawing? Oh, there we go. Could I hit that one or not? Could I try?
You could, but you'd have to move a little bit to get line of sight. So I'd probably apply. You'd get a -2 because you'd have to move more than your dex to get to alignment with that one.
So how can you can't see him on the map where he is? How can you know he has to move?
Because he was lined up to the southern gate before.
Yeah. If I did move, could I also try and blow up both cars?
Well, you can do a multi-shot if you wanted to, yeah.
That'd be -4 in total?
Would be a -4 in total, yes.
What the hell? Can I try that? Let's see if I can take both of them out. Oh, I haven't got my bloody...
Don't let us die.
I haven't got my thingy. Damn it.
What's your thingy? Second chance.
Second chance.
But you can't thingy at one, can you? Unless you're in a different... Oh, you are from a different zone, aren't you?
Yeah, he could disconnect. Especially since he's using a gun that relies on a Rorschach world laws, so it's a one-case contradiction wherever, unless you're in a Rorschach.
Lower axiom than this, though. Doesn't that count for something?
Nope, because it relies on the world laws. It's an occult object. So if the world laws of a Rorschach aren't in effect, it's a one-case contradiction regardless.
It was a 20, I tells you. 11 at the moment.
Don't forget you need to do a 20 damage, to do the requisite wound that you need.
20 damage, okay. So that means I need to do a bonus die. That's not going to be enough for a bonus die, I presume.
Correct.
I will do a possibility.
Okay.
Let your critical moment and get everything. Happy birthday.
Right. Is that 2 bonus dice?
That is 2 bonus die at the moment.
Let's give it a go. Reroll the 1. That is
Onto the damage.
20
20.
damage.
20.
Yeah. 20
Right then. So this one goes boom.
Lots of fires everywhere. I'm afraid.
5 and 6.
Why don't you just copy out another thing of token? Just
Yeah, we'll do it in a second. Give me a minute.
no, I was just saying. Keep on moving. Someone was moving the same one.
I wish you could just do like Control CV, but you can't.
Yeah.
That just does the other stuff. So back to my tokens. O for objects. I remember that this time. Again, shortcut keys don't work. I just wanted to delete that one. And then likewise,
Poor guy inside that truck. He was having a nice time.
well, he was trying to.
Shooting at my friends. My acquaintances.
Bandito number
People I've
9.
travelled with for a little bit.
It's getting worse and worse.
I'm hoping what? Sorry.
He was downgrading all the acquaintances.
Right.
Okay, the 2 uproarious explosions from the north sector of the front courtyard as 2 more of the trucks go up in flames.
Theo. Billy.
Father Theo.
That other one's got to be in danger, surely, as well, of catching.
Is Durak complaining? You don't need healing, do you? You're fine, aren't you?
It's just a scratch.
I got 4 shock left.
Oh, you're fine.
Someone's got 0 shock left over in that corner.
Right. Well, okay. I'll go and sort him out then. I will. Hold on.
Run.
Walk. You don't need to run.
Walk.
Well, I'm not getting quicker than me run speed,
urgently, yeah. Move urgently.
And then I'll clamber up the bonnet of the car or the hood.
You don't need to. Your goes on the floor.
He's standing next to it, is he?
Ryoko is stood just north of you as you go past.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's at the wall there. He's hiding at the wall. So stand on top of the truck just to cast down on him.
Yeah, I'm standing on the bonnet, and then I place my hand on his head.
Go ahead.
And
this can't backfire, can it, and give him shock at all?
I don't think so.
That's all right then.
You can lay on hands, yeah?
I would say, yeah, I was. Go on, I'll use lay on hands, yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. If you do healing, or you could do more. It depends, because lay on hands is 1, 2, or 3 shots.
Yeah, it's not massive as well. I was thinking about the lay on hands, but I can only do the healing on him once, and he's not actually injured, and he might be yet. We've still got to kill that. Where's the strawberry guy and everything?
Once per character per scene.
Yeah, I'll do lay on hands for him just to give him a bit of a perk, pep. I'll place my hand on him and bless you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, my child.
Ryoko, do you have any faith?
Only in Father Theo.
But you're not a believer in either your own specific divinity or the Catholic faith, no?
Probably
-2 Father Theo.
or
Yeah, be more likely, yeah. So you're at -2.
I'll have to convert you later.
Yes, motorbike. I got 11.
That's quite crappy, really.
Plus,
You got a bad roll.
1 short.
1 short. So I need 12, do I? For
No, I don't think. I think you did. I'm just
It's
wondering
10.
why that's so low. Because your spirit's normally your faith is a 15, isn't it?
It's minus 2, minus 2. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
5.
that's why. Yeah, that's the 11. That's enough for a standard success, which will recover a point of shock. Need another 4 points to get a second one.
Yeah, well, that'll teach him.
There you go. So you get a shock back.
You get one shock
you
back.
feel relief.
Yeah, sorry, only one in that case. That was pretty crappy on my behalf. Never mind.
But you're in the truck, yeah?
If I can get in the truck, I will. If not, I'll be standing on it.
Okay. Next round.
Wait with me.
Oh, did you not go yet? Okay, we'll keep that one as the next one.
Actually, I think
never lets me get go. I was doing this maneuvery thing, so I have to run. I'm gonna run and maneuver past number 8, and then in through that door, and I'm gonna see what I see in there.
Okay, let me just remove the various effects off of you guys so I don't forget. Because you're no longer vulnerable, very or otherwise. So where were you going in, sorry?
I'm going to maneuver
Mm-hmm.
when I go at number 8, and then inside. There's only one door there near number 8, so I'll go in there, and I'll find out where to go when I see what's inside. I'll try to work out.
Oh, so you're doing a run move, yeah? Okay, so roll your maneuver first. His defensive maneuver is a 9, 8 even. Do you want to make him very vulnerable or very stymied?
Stymied, that's the one that makes him hit less, is that right?
It is indeed.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yep, go ahead and make your move.
10 to there.
Okay, you go through, and Bandito 4 is stood back from the door with his AK-47 ready, and also with his AK-47 ready is Fraser.
Okay, that brings me to there, and that's all I can do. Cause
he's got his AK in his right hand, and his left hand is still holding the microphone that he obviously was shouting through earlier.
May I have a card, please?
Of course you can. If I can find the right ones. That one? No. That one? No. Why haven't I got the drama card showing?
I don't know. What's setback again? Oh, something bad happens to us.
Yeah. Destiny deck, that's what we want. Have a close call card.
I've never seen this card before.
Yeah, Alex used it last game. Game before last. So, the battle is mine. As the villains go first again. Proved actions are defend and trick, and the heroes will be set back if this card remains the card on the line.
I'm defending.
Unless you've got anything you can do with it. Okay, so inside, defend and trick. Oh, it's not taunt, you can't do that again. Fresser and his minion both opened fire on Durak. Fresser does so after moving away from Durak, which makes him vulnerable.
Is that +9?
If that's what you got on the 27. So add that to your dodge.
Wow.
It's going to be hard to hit you, but I'll give it a try.
You're looking for 22.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, 22.
I'm just double checking the right. Okay, that's what that one is. So it is Fresser's missile weapons. Oh, sorry, fire combat. With a bonus from the other guy, they are both firing long bursts. So they're going off of a 17. That's a current total of 13. Fressa is going to spend one of his personal possibilities.
Any possibility your defense to make it better?
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, that's what I've been doing all along.
Didn't know you could do that.
Okay, that's a total of 25. And your defense is currently 21?
22, I think I said.
22,
22.
fine. So they're not rolling bonus damage, but because you declared active defense, even though you don't get the card for succeeding in active defense, you do get to add your shield bonus to your toughness versus the damage, which is a paltry 14. So I think that's one shock then. Oh, just a little bit shy. If you get a 6, if you get 6 over, no damage at all. Meanwhile, outside, there isn't much left of these guys to do anything. Bandit 14 is going to take a -8 penalty, giving him a total of -4 for a skill of 5, firing a long burst into the bushes where he just saw Abram shoot from.
Have a go.
He's going to spend
Yeah.
group possibly
Abraham.
5
7.
P7.
Oh, no, that.
Ooh.
Only a 16. What's your dodge?
13.
So he did hit you, but no bonus damage. So Abram, a couple of stray bullets impact your duster. 14 versus your toughness.
10.
So 2 shock.
If you do full defense, then you'll get hit. Hey?
Yeah, but I can't do anything then.
Oh, okay.
Banditos 8, 7, and 3, realizing what just ran past them, are each going to move through the door.
One's stymied.
One is stymied, and are going to try another shooting at the dwarf. That's a bonus of +2, giving them an 11, 15 with the long burst. What was your dodge?
22.
So for those ones, they're on your shield side, or you've spun around, and you basically just duck down behind the shield, and you hear the telltale tung, 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 thud, 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 as everything bounces through off of your mighty defenses. Right, your go.
Setback.
My goes. Oh, setback, yeah. My goes over anyway.
What's setback mean? We roll d20.
I'm going to just double
No,
check. No, that would be something else.
I think setback is the GM does something.
Yeah, something nasty happens. I can't think of anything nasty to happen to you right now that's appropriate for Core Earth that wouldn't extend the combat an untenable amount of time, because I don't want reinforcements to arrive. So give us a second.
Setback is everyone realizes how bad a situation I am and they feel sorry for me.
Start the funeral early.
Durak could realise he's standing on a box full of dynamite or something next to him.
That's not a group setback. That's just a setback for Durak.
Yeah.
Not
He'll take it for the group. That's fine.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, Andy's got a cigar.
I've
got a what? You said, what did you say? Oh, I've got a what?
Cigar.
Oh, a cigar.
Yeah, if I don't have anything prepared, those who are set back lose their next turn. So we'll just go with that one because I don't have anything prepared.
Okay.
We all lose our next turn?
Yep.
Oh, so we don't do anything. Does that mean Durak can't defend?
No, he can, but he loses his next turn.
So we lose this turn?
Yep.
But Durak will lose his next turn?
Yep.
Right, okay.
Oh no!
Standard team, defend an initiative, intimidate, are the core ones.
I
This
can't
one's a
defend.
surge.
Well, Surge is the roll 20, isn't it? Well, I can't defend in this one, so meh.
Okay, so the first thing that happens is Presser makes eye contact with Durak, looks at his men who all raise their guns, and he says something to you in a language you do not understand, but it is clear that he is attempting to intimidate you with strength of numbers.
Yeah, I think he's going to succeed in this with his little gloaty thing.
Oh, got to reroll. Oh,
Obviously not as intimidating as whatever it was previously, but what is your intimidate defense?
10.
So that's just enough. He is going to make you vulnerable.
Make me
As you think twice about your current course of action, and it just gives you pause to wait. And I would like you to roll a d6.
I can tell you what my plan of action was, and someone didn't
I'm
follow
going
it.
to lose a card.
Second chance goes.
Oh, did I? I didn't move a card. I did move a card over. It's okay. Second chance goes, you say?
Yeah.
You were laughing at me when I lost mine.
I always laugh at you, though.
And then with a bonus of +3, the 4 bandidos in that room open fire on you. So that gives them a 9, 12, 16 to begin with. Oh, no, not 116. That would have been a very bad roll for you. I'm going to spend another one on my pool possibilities. Just to let you know, I've got 4 left for the remainder of the act, so getting rid of them before the end, when you go up against the big bad, is probably going to be good for you guys. 19 versus your dodge, Durak.
It's only 13 now. No, wait a minute. If you put anything special on me,
-2 because you're vulnerable.
11 then.
It's not enough for 2 bonus die, but you get the 1. 18 versus your toughness.
15.
So 2 shock.
Oh, I am in trouble. I've 1 shock. I'm in the same as.
You charged in there by yourself.
But I had a plan, and the priest ran off and didn't give me any shock back.
So the same guy that shot at Abram before is going to shoot at Abram again. Slightly less minuses now because he's got a rough idea of where you are. What's your dodge?
13.
So he hits you, no bonus, so 2 shock.
Okay. Who's the guy? Oh, that guy there. I see him now.
No, 1 shock as well.
Hey, wait a minute. You've only got 1 guy after you, and I've got 5 guys after me. So.
How do you roll a d20? Just a d20.
Who?
Everybody.
Me?
Everybody. No, Dr. Dick went the other way. No ones. The surge passes without. In fact, Dr. Dick, did you need to roll? Sorry, you're in Core Earth. You don't roll setback on your. Well, no, you do have stuff on you that's beyond Core Earth Axiom, so you would still roll. Your goes. Durak, you don't get a go.
I know, but I was just saying some person has to drive a certain truck.
Yeah, so Dr. Dick, you haven't got the exact line of sight, so you've got no idea that they've all gone in the building. So your initial course of action would probably be the one you continue with. Are you still driving forwards?
Yeah. I mean, I suppose, but there's not.
That's a weird forward.
I know, I need to move it because you can't move them all at the same time. It's annoying. So you pull forward. Theo moves with you.
They'll probably turn around so that we could.
So you're going to continue the move.
I'll drive us up to the door and I'll save Durak.
Yeah, you can probably drive that far if you want.
Don't block the door yet.
Well, you should
a little
have judged
worried about going
later.
further than that because of the fire.
I'm
You
planning
doing
on-
anything else in addition to that, Dr. Sanders?
Not sure if there's a lot to do. I guess I'm just going to play my or discard my romance card.
Okay, so you get a card instead.
And possibility.
Next card better be heroes first.
You get a coup de grace. Who's following Dr. Dick?
Can I shoot into the door where those have just run in?
You'd be shooting pretty much blind and through a burning vehicle.
Yeah, take out
Sounds good.
number 14. That's probably your best. I don't know.
But you could try.
What would be the negatives on that then?
About -8. Plus,
Well-
they'd be getting toughness bonuses from cover.
They got no toughness.
Whereas you have got a clear line of sight with a little bit of cover to Bandit 14 because he's up. So
I'll
he's
shoot the Bandit 14 then.
He's only getting a +2 to his toughness from his cover.
What's Bandit 12 been doing, by the way?
Where's Bandit 12? Oh no, he's
He was in the car.
yeah, he was in the car. Oh, that's the point. He's still in the car. He started that one up. So
He died in the car, did he not?
no, he didn't. So he would have reversed the vehicle to there to get away from the fire.
Except he's reversing in the wrong way.
Forwards. Did you say he had? Do I add any negatives to this shot, or is it just normal for me?
Oh, this is normal. I mean, you're at moderate range, or whatever 40 meters range would be for you if that's normal.
15?
That would be enough to get a bonus die of damage. That would be a reroll because of trademark weapon. That would be a reroll again. There we go. Up to a 7.
21.
Yeah, you bring righteous fury and vengeance down upon him in the name of the Lord of the Sicellum.
I'm going to knock back a potion.
Potions? Well, I got potions.
He has potions. He's an
I have
alchemist.
potions. I got them all on me, so I'm going to take a elixir of life, and all my shock is gone.
There we go. As he starts buzzing and vibrating at a molecular level, as what he's essentially just a shitload of caffeine gets swallowed by the Victorian.
I go back to the island and buy a healing potion.
Ryoko and Theo, I think. Yeah, Durek doesn't get a go this go.
Is the brown thingy in the wall here a window?
Yeah. There's also a door slightly further down.
The white one.
Yeah.
Okay, now I just knock in the window.
Yeah, suitably dramatic. I'm not going to make you a roll for that.
XCOM style, and then I aim at
Yes,
Farisa.
it's XCOM style. I'll have a possibility for, invoking XCOM for Core Earth.
Tack. Quick burst at Mr. Farisa.
So you just literally dive through the window, tuck and roll at the bottom, broken glass, crunching under your feet as you come up and just unleash, probably like freestyle left hand, sort of gangster with the Kyogo at a 90-degree angle.
Let's do this.
His dodge is a 12.
Okay,
So that's enough for a bonus die.
good. I will also use my coup de grace. And another bonus die.
2 bonus die. Whoa.
Okay, let's roll those 2.
What's your total damage?
So that's 13 plus 8 is 21.
Okay. Well, you're definitely hitting, and you're definitely doing some damage, but at the last moment, reality seems to ripple slightly, because he is possibility rated, but he is not soaking. So let's see if he actually manages this instead. This does not cost him a possibility. It will use up a different resource, which will become apparent in a second if he succeeds. He's got a difficulty number of 10. Okay, it failed, and I'm not going to spend a possibility to make that happen. I want him to get wounded a bit. So what was the damage you did?
21.
21. Actually, yeah, sod that. So it felt briefly like something was trying to redirect your aim towards the group ahead of him. But whatever it is, your own personal connection with what makes you you, your own reality was too strong to be overcome. And he ends up having to spend his last possibility instead to make a soak test, as he attempted just then to use his Minions perk. The villain may transfer any hit to a lackey within a few meters if he succeeds at a reality test, which he did not do. Now he's got to succeed at reality test to soak, which he also did not do. 2 wounds, 4 shock. Fresa has 2 fresh strawberry explosions up his right torso. He's still up though, but you did hit him a palpable shot. And Ryoko is actually now inside the room.
Finally.
No.
Can I dive here to the desk?
Yeah, you're doing as long as you take 2 meters off your move for diving off. Yeah, that's fine. That's not a problem.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit.
You got a little bit of cover behind the desk. Yeah, not a problem. That's perfect placement. Father Theo.
All right, I will step forward. Oops, sorry about that.
That's all right. All right. I'll we know you're both in the truck. Move the truck down. We know you're in the truck, I'm moving the truck out of the way.
I was in the truck. I'm out now. Okay, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to. How many people can I hit with a short burst?
If you're doing a short burst is essentially 1, but you can do a multi-target and do short burst, short burst, short burst. It's still going to use 3 shots per target though. So a 3-person short burst. Remember the door's shut though. Would be 9 bullets.
They shut the door?
Yeah, they shut the door.
Huh.
No.
I was planning to just
It's probably a door with a certain amount of ability to see through it, so you can certainly see at least 1 person on the other side of the door in position. Or you could step up to the door, open it, and do the short burst at point blank.
I guess I'll do that. Yeah.
All it means is that you shift yourself to here, pull the door open, and say something appropriately dramatic before opening fire.
Like knock knock.
Yeah. Knock knock. Stick around. Okay. Yeah.
Remember, you're in Spanish speaking, so you open the door. Abierto. She's open in Spanish. Simple Spanish. You could have learned from Sesame Street, which incidentally is exactly where I learned that particular Spanish word.
Nothing wrong at all with Sesame Street. Quality entertainment. Okay, so I kind of want to try and shoot a few of them here.
It's 3, so I mean you're going to be at point blank range for the shotgun, which is giving you a +2. You're going to get a +2 from the short burst anyway, giving you a total of +4. If you're doing a multi-attack to 3 of them, that's a -2 for each additional target, so that takes you from a +4 down to a 0. So 3 targets, it's a straight roll.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Okay, let's do that.
And their dodges are 9s.
Okay, dodges on 9s. Well, won't do him any good. Here it comes. Right, what I'm going to do is if I spend a possibility.
Before you decide to spend anything,
Okay.
what damage are you doing? You hit with that, you're just not doing any bonus damage. But what damage does that mean you are doing? Remember, you have a Tech 26 combat shotgun.
Oh yeah, it might do him anyway. You're thinking, well,
Yeah.
just damage 15.
15 versus their toughness of 8 is 7 result points, which is enough to do 1 wound. So you literally drag the door open, kick it back with your left foot, bring the shotgun up, and it's just a boom, boom, boom. For about a good 5 seconds, you just slowly unleash shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. And 4, 8, and 3.
The fury of the Lord. Yeah, sure, that was good fun.
Okay. Nobody disconnected. So, next round. You're not getting any breaks here at all.
I think your cards are fixed because they're all.
Bretta's not feeling particularly confident now. So, he goes first, though. Defend and maneuver are approved.
And I can go this go. I can.
And go this go. Fressa is going to attempt a maneuver at -2.
Don't forget to remove that thing you put on me.
Yeah, which gives him a doobie-doobie-doo maneuver. That one there. Got it. An 8. Right. Ryoko, what is your maneuver skill? Defensive maneuver, that is. Oh, no, your vulnerable doesn't go yet because you haven't had a go.
Oh, I thought go in.
Conditions go at the end of your next turn. And as you didn't have a turn, the condition stays.
So my maneuver is 12.
Okay. Now, he is doing a move along with this. It's just whether or not he is able to scupper you in the process. He's essentially trying to run past you and is pushing the chair, which is a rolly chair, into you to knock you over so that he can get away a bit quicker. He's going to spend a group possibility.
Left.
The team ones have got 3 left. Right, so you are very stymied. He hasn't got a perfect success on you, so you don't lose your next go, or you're not disfavored on your next go, but you are very stymied. Let's do this on the right one. Chris, very stymied on Ryoko. He does manage to run past you, however, and is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He basically charges past you, dives out of the very same window you dove in, and disappears out of your sight. Bandito 7 drops his gun. We'll resolve this as there's a surge. Everyone roll 1d20. Nobody disconnected, unless Abram's got something that makes him a 4-case contradiction on him. Well done, Durak!
See, this is what happens whenever John says things we're meant to make dice rolls.
In the closing seconds, as things begin to wind down, something about the frenetic action, it becomes too much for you, Durak, and you break slightly inside.
Theo always makes me break down inside.
So give us an immediate reconnection check. You're in reconnect on reality. So you need a reality skill check. You need I think it's a 10 or is it a 14? Hang on.
It's a 14 I rolled, so it doesn't matter which, does it?
Yeah, just want to make sure we get the real one. I think you're right on that one. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Yeah, you're in a mix zone, so it's actually just a 10. So there's a brief moment when your armor begins to flicker in and out, and then you hear it's either your father's voice or your old dwarf drill sergeant's voice in the back of your head telling you to pull it together, and you do.
It's usually me that inspires him.
And the combat ends on that point. The noise of
That's an escape, guys.
The noise of pinking metal and burning vehicles continue outside, but there's no more gunfire. What are you doing?
I think chasing after the guys and baiting, because he's the one we were meant to stop.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I want to rush out and see where he
Give us a maneuver check.
Isn't there a track check or something weird like that?
I use a possibility.
Okay.
So maneuver. So I rolled a 2.
So you put your skill in the first box and a 2 in the second box, and then roll the possibility.
You rolled it twice. No, that's someone else rolled it.
Theo on the second one. I think Theo was attempting to follow on as well.
Yeah, but no.
Okay, well, you managed to get out. You give me a quick tracking check if you have it, or just mind if you haven't. Or find, it doesn't necessarily. You're not following like minutes or even. You're following seconds old tracks at this point. You get out. You can't. I mean, the truck's still there. You rush over to the truck. You can see that he hasn't made any attempt there. You spend a few seconds looking around. You notice that there are some crates lent up against the walls, and you rush up. And at the point you can peer over the wall, you just get there just in time to see a figure maybe about 50, 60 meters away, disappearing into the underbrush.
All right. I just slump there to the floor, and
you slump, turning
heavy
with
breathing.
with your back to the wall.
Yeah.
And that's when you notice that all of the boxes and crates at the back, a lot of them seem to be open, and they're filled with what you can only assume are artifact statues, pots, columns, bits of archaeological bric-a-brac. However, in the middle of all of that, as you're looking, is something that catches your eye much more than anything else. You see that. It's about 8.5, 9 feet tall. It's a good 3.5, 4 feet wide. It appears to be made of stone. Despite the image, there are veins of red and blue streaks going through the stone of the statue. Make a reality skill check, please.
I haven't got the image.
I only shared it to Ryoko at the moment because she's out the back.
Fine. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Reality is just.
What is your reality skill? You should have one.
Okay,
that's all right. As your eyes linger on the statue, your mind's eyes dragged away from your perception briefly as you realize two things. Firstly, this is an eternity shard, albeit a bloody big one. And the second is you instinctively realize that this is a statue of Kukulkan, who you remember having been spoken of by some of the others when they were talking about the original deity that the Godbox was intended to capture to defend the Mayans against the conquistador invaders. And as that realization hits your brain, again, your mind's eye is filled with images. Lizard man warriors desecrating an ancient ruin. You know enough. It looks like Chichen Itza. You realize that was one of Kukulkan's sacred cities. The statue in your head is screaming out for war, filling you with waves of aggression. And as this is occurring to you, Ryoko, everyone else inside the building, you are equally filled with these inexplicable waves of aggression from somewhere.
How big is it?
It's about 8 or 9 feet tall.
8 feet. That's 2 meters, or?
Yep, I've just shared an item with you.
For now, it's blank. Or okay, there it is.
Meanwhile, as Ryoko's doing that, as you guys have that aggressive feeling coming over you, you can tell it's coming from somewhere out the back of the building. Theo, you head through the building intending to go out the back.
Mm-hmm.
In this room, bound to chairs, some of them to the radiators, others. There are about a dozen or so individuals, some of them wearing police uniforms, a couple of them seemingly wearing civilian outfits. There's 7 of them in all. And they look up at you, seeing that you're not one of the cartel. They're all gagged, but their eyes open in that sort of that general imploring look of wide-eyed help.
I'll tip my hat, and I'll say, Theo Tunnelot, very pleased to meet you, and I will set about freeing them.
As you begin freeing them, the first few you 3 babble at you in Spanish that you don't particularly understand. The 4th one is a slightly older gentleman. He appears to have remnants of some insignia of rank on his uniform. It seems that it was ripped off of his outfit by his captors. And he says, "Thank you, Father. I am Eduardo. I was the police chief here. I heard the shooting. Is Fresa dealt with?"
He escaped out, I'm afraid. However, my colleague has taken off in pursuit.
Oh, bueno. And he begins to help release the others. It would seem that Fresa has gotten away. But the villagers or the townsfolk, sensing what's gone on, Lupe and some of them gather, and within about 5 or 10 minutes, all your shocks come back. Within about 5 or 10 minutes, there are probably upwards of 50 or so people gathered. There's a mix of villagers and the police. A couple of them able to speak English, asking you, thank you. Is there anything we can do to assist? Lupe's saying, you still intend to travel north, see?
See. We wish to travel to Chichen Itza.
Considering that Eduardo and a couple of the police officers have already gotten up and armed themselves with AKs from the fallen cartel thugs, basically come in, and one of them like cocks the bolt and says, "We'll come with you, yes?"
Sí, gracias, señor. I say, polishing off my finest Spanish.
One of them says, "We can take as many of the trucks as we can." And then somebody goes, "There's less trucks than there was, Philip." "Ah, whatever. We'll take what we can take."
Oops.
I show you guys the statue I found.
Out the back, you see this, and it's huge. Probably the better part of 250, 300 kilograms of solid stone. The statue of Kukulkan. You each instinctively know it is a powerful Eternity Shard. And I will share the item card with all of you now. If I can get the right one. No, that's images. Hang on. Why can't I get it up? Come on, where are you? Images. That's better. Right, so it looks like this. Click and drag the right thing. I would advise somebody has a read of the card I'm about to share as well. No worries, Alexander. I think the next bit's going to be deciding what to do next anyway.
So does this mean when it holds, if it holds 3 possibilities, you just touch it and you can absorb 1 possibility?
Yeah, to be used on you can basically attempt to tap the Eternity Shard for a possibility that can assist you.
Yeah, slice the thing out.
Lupe and the police chief are more than happy to talk out options with you. Eduardo's telling you this. Chichen Itza is about 5 hours north when the roads were clear. Now it may take up to twice as long. But most of the vehicles are 4-wheel drive. We can handle off-roading if you wish us to assist you and help.
There's not a pizzeria nearby, is it? Because I always wanted to eat chicken pizza in Chichen Itza.
No, there is not. Seemingly the joke was lost on them.
I'll appreciate it.
You find out that no more than 300 or 400 yards north of the village is the border to the invaded zone of the Living Land. When you look now, the storms seem to have abated slightly. But even as you get close, the line between Core Earth and the Living Land is clear, even in the sort of the jungle-rich landscape of the Yucatan. Everything is just more vibrant, greener, larger, more living, more alive. The statue gives each of you the similar visions that it gave to Ryoko. The main thing is the sheer number of the Adinos that are in these visions is intimidating. But we would have had at least 6. You've got 1, 2. You've got recoverable. There's at least 3 trucks here. In fact, 4, I think. There are at least 4 trucks here. Lupe volunteers to go back to the southern barrier and retrieve the 2 remaining trucks from there that you didn't scupper. So you've got space for enough personnel if you want to go mob-handed. It's entirely up to you.
Mob-handed's worked so far, hasn't it? But
I'd like to put other people in harm's way, though.
this is true.
They appear to be volunteering at this point.
Like they've used weapons before, don't they? Because, like you say,
Certainly the police have. you haven't got the entire town coming with you, but a significant number of them, including Lupe. You've got about a dozen additional village combatants and maybe 10 trained police force who are not just happy but eager. You don't know how you know, but you get the feeling that Eduardo, the police chief, has recently gone through his own moment of crisis, the same sort of thing that has awakened each of you to your abilities as a Storm Knight. So you can sense that he carries the Core Earth reality with him. Did you all read, because the statue, its abilities are intrinsically, you're aware of them instinctively.
Do we want to take the statue with us to Chichen Itza?
Probably a good idea.
Isn't it pretty big?
Eduardo says, yeah, we can get it onto the back of a truck.
Yeah, that's what you need trucks for, I guess.
That's beautiful.
And you, knowing what it can do, you think you've got possibly a powerful tactical advantage in the statue? Especially since referring to your Delphi Council mapping, the region of the invasion zone you're heading into is a pure zone of the living land. So Eduardo will be fine, but without some additional precautions, all of your other volunteers are going to go, as they say, Tarzan pretty soon after they go over the boundary.
Unless we trigger it, its ability first.
That would help, but that means you've got a time limit, because as you see, you know that if you trigger it during the daytime, it will last until nightfall. If you trigger it at nightfall, it will last until dawn. You are about 2 in the afternoon at the moment. It's the middle of summer, but you are quite close to the equator.
Short
so
nights.
Relatively short nights. But it would mean that your associates would not, as long as they stayed within the range, your associates would not be at risk of going native, so to speak.
We don't want them going native, really, do we?
No, if you want them to be able to use the guns, one of the more slight police officers actually comes up with a small drone as well and says, "We can scout ahead with this." He explains that they've always had one on hand in the station to keep an eye on the drugs and to scout out sort of opium fields out in the jungles. The battery is good, and he volunteers to drive that. And he hands Dr. Dick. He hands you sort of a handheld sort of. It's like a mini tablet device, which gives the direct camera feed from the drone.
This will come in handy. Thanks.
So are you leaving now, or are you going to wait until after nightfall and head out under cover of darkness?
I think we head out under cover of darkness.
Yeah, because we got
only
maybe
short, isn't it, darkness?
4 or 5 hours until it gets dark.
No, we'll have probably about 8 hours before it gets dark.
Well, I don't know what tropical summer is like.
I mean,
For sure.
they'll wait for you guys, but they're keen to move.
How far away from the border are we? You know, the storm.
You're about 300 or 400 yards, so not even a mile.
Right. So it's not like we can even spend time travelling to there first.
Not without risking disconnection and possible transformation of some of your companions.
Oh,
So you're going to head under darkness or following dawn?
I'd rather go for my votes. Let's vote on it. I'm going for darkness.
Why are we going for darkness?
darkness is that we get less time to do anything. Didn't it say we're going to take us about 10 hours to get there?
It could
So
take
set
up
off
to twice as long to get there. It depends what happens on the way.
Because we
Well,
won't have 10 hours of darkness, in which case the device will have run out.
the thing is, they will see us anyway, so we can also go by daylight. Or if we go by night, we need to use the lights of the car.
You will need to use the lights of the cars at night. It would give you some of you an opportunity to heal a bit more. I believe some of you are actually still wounded.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Got
shocked.
one wound, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Too
shock
late to wait.
is back, right?
The shocker you recovered, yes.
Is it too long to wait to go in the morning so we get a full day's worth of the power?
It's entirely up to you. You don't know how far the preparations have come.
Or do we need to get there to try and stop this thing quicker? I suppose the quicker we get there, then the more likely might have an opportunity to do something. The later we get there, more likely is we'd miss our chance. Hopefully, we'll still have 8 hours now, which we might just make it.
If you go now, they're not entirely confident you can get there before it is dark. But so there's a risk there. The risk of leaving it until the following morning is, well, exactly the ceremony might be near completion at that point. But it's entirely up to you. You just let me know what you're doing.
Man.
All right. Well, if no one wants to go now, we'll go now. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Gives them also less time.
Is there anything we can do to try and prevent them from going native?
There might be, but you have no idea because you're not that experienced as Storm Knights. There's lots of things you can do, but they require the purchasing of perks and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The issue you've got is you're going into a pure zone, which means Ords, anybody that isn't reality rated, which is essentially everybody apart from you and Eduardo, runs the risk of transformation if they're not in a or Earth zone, essentially. But you fuel up, stock up, and with the various vehicles, with yourselves or other people driving, you head north and across the boundary. The roads here, actually, we're in pretty good shape. You're making good time, and the check of the map shows that you're about to hit the village of Tihuasco. The jungle on the outskirts of town haven't completely overtaken everything yet, and off to your left you can see an old football field with a short wall and dozens of what you guess are primitive humans just busted through the wall and are running across the road directly in front of you. Many panic as they try to dodge your convoy, and behind them are Dinos herders on massive triceratops are already in hot pursuit. And that is where we are going to end it with one last point. Are any of you driving the vehicle?
No.
Yeah, I guess I might be. I don't know. I was the last one to.
You
drive.
were previously.
If no one else wants to do it, I'll do it.
Theo usually drives as well, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Theo, are you driving? So anybody that's driving, give me a land vehicles check.
It depends how. Okay.
All right, guys.
Okay, this is where we're leaving it tonight anyway, Alexander. It's just whether or not. Yep. Okay. So.
I'm not on Theo's car.
Okay, Dr. Dick, make your roll quickly. Come on, it's only a land vehicles check. Shouldn't take that long. Okay. Good. Right. Essentially, the trucks weave in and out, but Theo and Dr. Dick, you try desperately to avoid some innocent primitive humans, and in the process, you both end up directly in the line of charging Triceratops. And I would say, are you in the same vehicles or are you all separate vehicles?
Me and Durat usually like to travel together, so I bet he's with me.
I like to be in a vehicle that's got a good driver in it.
Exactly. That's why you're with me. Yeah, we'll be fine.
I would say everybody takes, and you can apply your highest armor to this, 12 damage.
If I spent.
I've got 15 toughness, so 0, nothing then.
That's 9.
So 15 in Theo's car. And 17 in Dr. Dick's car. So Dr. Dick, Abraham, and Ryoko. You are battered as you take 18 damage. Durak and Theo, you both take 15 damage.
So that's 4 over my toughness. Is that 4 shock?
Yep. You would have been able to heal any wounds that you might have had. 2 shock if it's 4 over your toughness.
How much of it exactly your toughness?
And it's if it's 0 to 4,
2 shock.
I think it's 2. Yeah.
Hey, can I spend the possibility to?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try and soak.
Yep.
No, I'm not. I wasn't.
Just
Well, I thought to change the roll.
Oh, what? Okay, yeah, no, that would. You want to make a better land vehicles roll? Okay. Yep. So you can have your possibility back, Abram. You might not be about to take any damage.
So that's no.
That definitely sounds better.
Right. Someone just yawned, so that's gone now.
Yep. So on a standard, all good. The drive swerves off the road, but manages to avoid hitting any of the escaping humans or dinosaurs. Everyone in the vehicle suffers fatigue. So Dr. Dick's vehicle simply takes fatigue instead. And with the football field, that's where we take it up next week.
It's not loaded. I'll load it next week.
Yeah, it's about. I managed. It's one of those ones. I'd left it at the resolution it came out. The individual squares for the meters would have been below the 10 pixel limit. So it's just 2 plus 1 if you've got fatigue in armor.
Cool.
Which is worse than what some of you would take damage.
There we go. It's loaded, but my game lock. Right. Okay.
Thanks very much for that.
No worries.
Thanks for listening, everyone.